Welcome to the Pencil Bob channel. I hope you enjoy the story. Remember to like and subscribe. And now the story. In the annals of criminal history, the enigmatic figure known by the ominous alias H. Holmes emerges as a dark specter from the late 19th century in the United States. Born under the more innocuous moniker Herman Webster Mudgett on the 16th of May in the year 1861, this nefarious individual hailed from the quaint town of Gilmanton, nestled in the picturesque landscapes of New Hampshire. However, the tranquility of his birthplace belied the sinister path that would unfurl before him. Holmes, with a facade of affability and charm, concealed a malevolent nature that manifested itself through a series of heinous acts. His notoriety soared to unprecedented heights due to the macabre crimes he perpetrated during the 1893 Chicago World's Columbian Exposition. This globally celebrated event, meant to showcase human achievement and cultural exchange, unwittingly became the backdrop for Holmes' nefarious endeavors. As the fairgrounds buzzed with the excitement of progress and innovation, Holmes, like a malevolent phantom, prowled the shadows, preying upon unsuspecting victims. His actions went beyond the realm of a mere serial killer, as he seamlessly intertwined his murderous tendencies with a penchant for deceit. A masterful con artist, Holmes lured individuals into his web of deception, where they became ensnared in a nightmarish dance of trust and betrayal. The labyrinthine depths of Holmes' criminal enterprises extended beyond the confines of a traditional killer. His methodical approach and uncanny ability to manipulate circumstances made him a true anomaly in the criminal underworld. The chilling tales of his exploits during the world's Columbian Exposition serve as a haunting reminder of the malevolence that can lurk beneath even the most seemingly benign facades. Although Holmes initially pursued a path toward respectability by studying medicine at the esteemed University of Michigan, his insidious nature steered him away from the hallowed halls of academia. Rather than completing his medical degree, he chose a dark trajectory, plunging headfirst into a nefarious existence defined by deception and criminality. In the year 1886, this enigmatic figure found himself drawn to the bustling cityscape of Chicago, where he embarked on a sinister project that would forever etch his name into the annals of infamy. In the heart of Chicago, Holmes erected a malevolent masterpiece known by ominous monikers such as the World's Fair Hotel or the Murder Castle. Far from the opulent and inviting accommodations one might expect, this edifice was a nightmarish labyrinth of horrors. It bore witness to Holmes' twisted ingenuity, featuring secret passages that snaked through its dark recesses, trapdoors that concealed unspeakable secrets, and soundproof rooms that would become chambers of despair. The architectural malevolence of the Murder Castle was not merely a capricious whim, it was a calculated and diabolical creation tailored to facilitate Holmes' heinous activities. Within its ominous walls, the unsuspecting found themselves ensnared in a ghastly maze, unwitting pawns in a game orchestrated by a man whose heart was as dark as the shadows that cloaked his twisted domain. The very structure seemed to breathe malevolence, as if it were a living entity complicit in the horrors that unfolded within its sinister embrace. Within the ominous confines of his malevolent hotel, Holmes transformed into a nightmarish puppeteer, orchestrating a macabre symphony of horror that unfolded within the secret chambers of the World's Fair Hotel. This shadowy realm became a gruesome stage for his sinister performances, as he ensnared unsuspecting victims in soundproof rooms, sealing their fates in a suffocating silence that echoed with the terror of impending doom. The chilling precision with which he executed his malevolent designs bespoke a mind steeped in darkness and depravity. Holmes, like a malevolent alchemist, wielded lethal gases as his instrument of choice, subjecting his captive prey to a sinister ballet of asphyxiation. The air in those fateful chambers became thick with dread as the life force drained from the helpless souls ensnared in his deadly embrace. Yet, the horror did not end with the gasping breaths extinguished in those dread-filled rooms. The disposal of the lifeless remains showcased Holmes' diabolical ingenuity. Bodies were subjected to a grotesque menu of fates, from the searing heat of cremation to the cold precision of dissection. In a macabre twist, Holmes ventured into the grisly trade of selling skeletons to medical schools, perpetuating his malevolence even in death. The scale of Holmes' atrocities remains shrouded in uncertainty, as if the very darkness that cloaked his actions cast a pall over the tally of lives claimed. Estimates suggest that the death toll may have soared to a staggering 200, painting a chilling tableau of a man who reveled in the twisted art of extinguishing human lives. Yet, the exact number remains elusive, as if the ghostly echoes of the victims haunt the corridors of time, leaving behind an enigma that may never be fully unraveled. As the grandeur of the 1893 World's Columbian Exposition unfolded in the vibrant city of Chicago, Holmes, like a malevolent phantom, seized the opportunity presented by the influx of visitors. Within the pulsating heart of this celebration of human achievement, Holmes orchestrated a sinister ballet, exploiting the carnival atmosphere to conceal the depths of his malevolence. Among the throngs of eager attendees, often young women, unsuspecting victims found themselves ensnared in the web of his deceit, drawn into the labyrinthine corridors of his hotel, which now served as a macabre stage for his sadistic acts. Holmes' methodical cunning allowed him to prey upon the optimism and curiosity of those who ventured into his realm, a realm that belied the horrors lurking beneath its deceptive facade. The air, thick with the scent of excitement and wonder, masked the ominous undertones of a carnival of darkness orchestrated by a man whose very essence seemed entwined with the shadows. As whispers of suspicion began to circulate amidst the intoxicating swirl of the exposition, the veil concealing Holmes' criminal activities began to unravel. The once impenetrable fortress of deception crumbled, revealing the ghastly truth that lurked within its walls. The convergence of astute minds and the relentless pursuit of justice brought to light the malevolence that had thrived in the shadows for far too long. The revelation of Holmes' sadistic acts sent shockwaves through the community, leaving an indelible mark on the collective psyche of a city that had unwittingly hosted a carnival of horrors within the folds of its grand celebration. The inexorable wheels of justice finally caught up with Holmes in the year 1894 when he found himself in the cold clutches of the law, arrested and shackled for the multitude of atrocities he had perpetrated. As the echoes of his sinister deeds reverberated through the corridors of justice, the veil of secrecy surrounding his malevolent acts began to lift, exposing the gruesome details that had lurked in the shadows. The subsequent trial unfolded as a riveting saga, laying bare the chilling narrative of Holmes' crimes that had ensnared the unsuspecting in a web of terror. With the eyes of the public fixated on the courtroom proceedings, the trial became a gripping spectacle that captured the collective imagination. The horrific revelations emanating from witness testimonies painted a vivid tableau of the sadistic schemes that had unfolded within the confines of Holmes' dark domain. The sinister tales of gas-filled chambers, secret passages, and unsuspecting victims became the stuff of nightmares, imprinting upon the public consciousness the haunting image of America's first serial killer. In the aftermath of the judicial drama, the gavel of justice struck a decisive blow in 1896, pronouncing Holmes guilty on multiple counts of murder. The air in the courtroom thickened with the weight of condemnation as the sentence echoed through the hallowed halls of jurisprudence: death. The once elusive architect of horror, now stripped of his mask of deception, faced the ultimate reckoning for his malevolent reign. Holmes, condemned to the gallows, became a symbol of the darkest facets of humanity, a cautionary tale etched into the annals of criminal history. His conviction marked a turning point, not just in the pursuit of justice but in the public's fascination with the macabre and the chilling realization that even the most charming facade could conceal a monstrous heart. The harrowing chapter of Holmes' life concluded with a grim finality on the fateful day of May 7, 1896, when he met his ultimate demise at the hands of the hangman's noose. The echoes of justice reverberated through the cold corridors of the prison, marking the end of a reign of terror that had gripped the nation in a vice of fear. As the shadows of the gallows enveloped Holmes, the macabre legacy he left behind in the sinister architecture of his murder castle continued to cast a long and haunting shadow over criminal history. Holmes' execution, a somber spectacle that unfolded in the harsh light of the public eye, served as a chilling reminder of the atrocities he had unleashed upon the unsuspecting. The creaking of the gallows, the hushed murmurs of the gathered crowd, and the weight of the ominous silence before the final descent into darkness all contributed to the macabre theater of his demise. Beyond the morbid fascination with his execution, Holmes' crimes etched a lasting scar on the fabric of American history. The very mention of his name conjures images of a remorseless killer, a predator who exploited the trust of his victims and transformed his lair into a nightmarish chamber of horrors. The murder castle, with its secret passages and gas-filled rooms, became an indelible symbol of the abyss that lurks beneath the veneer of civility. Holmes, enshrined in infamy, is forever enmeshed in the annals of the most notorious serial killers in American history. His legacy serves as a stark reminder that the tendrils of darkness can infiltrate even the most unsuspecting corners of society, leaving a chilling imprint that endures through the ages. The execution of H. Holmes marked the closing chapter of his gruesome saga, but the tale of the murder castle and the malevolent specter he cast upon the landscape of criminal history continues to resonate with an eerie and unforgettable resonance. I would like to thank you for watching the video to the end. To encourage us to make more videos, please like, subscribe, comment, as well as share. Check out this other video if you haven't already.